Hey guys, Orly here, founder of LifeVestInside, and I want to thank each and every one of you for deciding to kick off your week with me on the weekly Kindness Kickoff with Orly, coming at you at the beginning of every week, where I do a reading from my book, Kindness Boomerang: How to Save the World and Yourself Through 365 Daily Acts, and then I give you, myself, and all of us out there an exciting challenge based on the reading. For those of you that have taken part in one of our digital collaborations that just came out, it's called Heal the World. It was absolutely heartwarming, and I want to thank you. If you haven't checked out the video, be sure to go to our YouTube channel and check it out. It's our most recent upload. We have a bunch of digital collaborations that I'm currently working on, and I'd love for you to take part. If you're interested in taking part, all you need to do is email me, orly@lifevestinside.com, and I'll send you a couple of the collaborations that we're doing, and you could select to join either one or all of the collaborations. Now, before we get onto the book, for those of you that want to get a copy of the Kindness Boomerang book, you could pick up your copy, whether it be on the LifeVestInside website by going to LifeVestInside.com, or you could also check it out on online retailers like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, IndieBound, iTunes, Target. Just today, a few hours ago, I finally finished completing the audio version of my book, and it's being sent to the publisher, so stay tuned for news about that. You could also win your copy here in the very beginning of every month, so in just another few days. By next week, we'll be announcing a winner. The person that has commented the most and shared their thoughts and feedback on our YouTube channel on the page will receive a copy of the Kindness Boomerang book for themselves and also to gift forward to someone else in their life who they feel really needs it. On to this week's act, and it's coming to us from April 30th. And this one has hit home for me in several ways, and I'm sure that it will hit home for each of you as well. And the act goes as follows. Check in on a friend who has recently lost a loved one. It's not about what you say. It's simply about being there. And the quote by Helen Keller: walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. And the reflection: it may very well be the most difficult challenge we face in our lives, the loss of a loved one. How will we go on without them? Who will be there for us in their place? There are no perfect words to heal the pain. But sometimes words aren't required at all. Your very presence can be all the comfort that is needed. With the passing of her brother, Rosie's world came crashing down. Joe was her everything, and now he was gone, and she felt a piece of herself die with him. He was the one she would call in the midst of the everyday chaos. Who would she call now without him? When Rosie's friend Jeff heard the despair on the other end of the line, he knew what she needed: a listening ear. And so he listened. Jeff knew that it was what it was like to feel alone, and he vowed to never allow someone to feel that same pain. No one could replace Joe, but Rosie was no longer alone. What began as one person reaching out to another flourished into a friendship that grows with each passing day. It may very well be the most difficult challenge we face in our lives. Be the reason someone doesn't have to face it alone. So this act hits me in several ways. First off, number one, for those of you that may or may not know, and it's funny because today as I was doing the ending of the reading for the audiobook, I also read the dedication, and the dedication of this book is written actually to my grandfather who passed several years ago, and I dedicated the book to him. He was a person that lived kindness through and through. And I'll never forget that. That was one of the biggest times in my life that I lost somebody that was the closest to me. And I remember that feeling of despair so much that even if I think about it too much right now, I'll start crying from it. And it's important to reach out to people that have lost a loved one. Right now, we're living at a very uncertain time. If we haven't lost somebody, hopefully we haven't, then we know people right now that are suffering from loss due to the virus that's spreading all across the world and affecting every single person's life. Just earlier, I was speaking to a friend of mine and I asked her, I said, I want you to help scroll through the pages of this week's acts and see which one do you think I should do today? And she said, I think you should do this one. I said, wow, this is really good. And just about 30 minutes before I'm making this video, I received a message on my family WhatsApp that one of my sister's best friends, her mother, just passed. And this woman is a person that just exudes light and positivity and just happiness. And you will laugh so much from her because she is somebody that just, oh my goodness, she's hysterical. And I know her very well. I know her daughter very well, very close with them. And it was a complete shock. It totally shocked my system. And I looked at my friend and I said, oh my goodness, do you realize which act we selected? And I said, no, nothing is coincidence. But the truth of the matter is, so many of us living in places all around the world, we're experiencing loss right now in a way that we're not used to experiencing. And the pain of it is something that's indescribable. And the truth of the matter is, like I said, there are no magic words that you can say to somebody that just experienced a loss of someone that they love, that is their everything. But what each of us can do is we can reach out. We can give a call. It doesn't matter what you say. Sometimes it's not actually about saying anything. It's just about being there. When they're ready, when they need somebody, that they know that they can turn to you. So, my challenge to all of you, and I just actually did this. I reached out to my sister's best friend, to this girl, and I sent her just a short message. I know she's not going to see it right now. This literally just happened last night. But it's the fact of taking the time to reach out. You don't have to go into these long rambles, but just to let someone know that you're there with them in heart and mind and soul, and that if they need something, they can always reach out. So that's the challenge. Think of somebody that you can reach out to. Maybe it's connected right now to what's happening with the coronavirus, or maybe it's somebody that lost somebody, that it's the anniversary of their loss, whatever it may be. But reach out. You don't know what can come from that small reaching out. You might think, oh, everybody's sending them messages. What does it matter? Everyone is sending them messages. No, it's not like that. Just because everyone is sending them messages, that doesn't mean you shouldn't. Because if everyone keeps saying the same thing, oh, well, I'm sure other people are going to take care of it. But who's going to take care of it? You, all of us, each of us. Let us be responsible. I pray that we should get through this very difficult time that we're all facing and that we're all experiencing. And that we continue to send out healing thoughts, prayers, positivity, because that's the only thing that's going to get us through is the positivity. If we allow ourselves to sink into the negativity, that is the worst. It's like a kryptonite. It will completely paralyze us. So I'm sending loads of strength out to each and every one of you. I love you very much. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Like I said, feel free to reach out if you want to take part in one of our global collaborations. We have several of them, and they're really beautiful to take part in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope to see you next week on the weekly Kindness Kickoff. And remember, it's kindness that keeps the world afloat. Love you all. Mwah.